Welcome to the world of stories. This is HRB Verse, where every story is real, heartfelt, and unforgettable. Subscribe now and become part of a journey you'll never forget. On my wedding morning, I woke at 5:42 a.m., hours before my alarm. Not from excitement or jitters, but a nagging unease. Something felt off. I lay in the Rosewood Inn's bridal suite, watching dawn creep through the curtains, trying to focus on what the day was meant to be. Love, joy, family. That last word stung. Family. Because one person had made it clear she wasn't in my corner, my older sister, Karen. We were never close. Growing up, Karen was the dazzling one, beautiful, charismatic, the kind of person who owned any room. I was the reserved one, the organizer, the one cleaning up her chaos while she soaked up the spotlight. Still, I held on to hope that we'd move past the rivalry, the sharp jabs she passed off as humor. But when I got engaged, things worsened. Karen mocked my ring, sweet, delicate, always playing it safe, brushed off my wedding updates and gave a half-hearted maybe to my bridal shower and rehearsal dinner. Yet I kept inviting her, kept hoping. That hope faded at my bridal shower. Hosted at my best friend Tessa's house, it was a cozy garden gathering. Karen arrived with a fake smile and a crumpled gift bag containing eye masks and an extra-large satin robe. I'm a small, everyone knew that. "Oh," I said, holding up the robe. "Thanks, Karen." She sipped her drink, eyes gleaming with mock innocence. Well, with all the stress and weight gain, the room froze. I laughed it off, trained to smooth over her cruelty. But something shifted. Later, I asked Tessa to install a discreet camera in the bridal suite on my wedding day. Not because I expected Karen to do something drastic, but because I couldn't trust she wouldn't. Wedding morning, I sat in my properly sized silk robe, sipping chamomile tea as my hairstylist worked, reminding myself I was ready. Nothing could ruin this day. Then Karen walked in. "Hello, bride crew." Her voice cut through the suite like an unwelcome chime. Heads turned. Tessa's eyes narrowed. My mom paused mid-sentence with the makeup artist. My bridesmaids exchanged glances. Karen in full glam, false lashes, flowing hair, a tight peach dress that screamed, "Look at me," didn't blend in as a supportive sister. "I wasn't sure I'd make it," she announced, placing a giant coffee cup on the vanity. "But what's a wedding without family?" I stood, keeping my tone even. "Karen, I thought you were only coming for the ceremony." Her smile widened. "Couldn't miss your big moment. Where's this dress Mom's raving about?" My instinct screamed no, but Mom, ever the peacemaker, chimed in. "It's over there," she said, pointing to the custom bag by the window. "It's your grandmother's gown altered. She looks stunning in it." Karen's eyes flicked to the bag, a glint passing through them. "Vintage vibes, huh?" she murmured. "It's special," I said cautiously. "Grandma wore it in 1954. The lace is original." "Let me help you get ready," Karen offered, too sweet, moving toward the vanity with her coffee. Tessa intercepted. "I've got it," she said smoothly. "Why don't you chat with Mom?" Karen's smile tightened, but she stepped back. I saw it then, a cold, calculating look. This wasn't over. 10 minutes later, I stepped into the bathroom to touch up my lipstick. Then a scream. "Oh my God!" I rushed out, barefoot, heart sinking. My gown, unzipped and laid out, had a dark coffee stain spreading across the bodice and train. Karen stood nearby, hands over her mouth. "I didn't mean to," she gasped. "Someone bumped me." "No one touched you," Tessa said quietly. "The lid was loose," Karen insisted, trembling. I stared at the ruined dress, my grandmother's, months of restoration destroyed, or so Karen thought. She didn't know the camera had caught everything. The suite was silent except for Karen's dramatic gasps. "Mia, I'm so sorry," she said, tears pooling conveniently. "It was an accident." "With the lid off," Tessa pressed. Karen sniffled. "I didn't know." I said nothing, walking toward the dress, heart hammering. My mom, voice shaky, said, "We'll fix it. We have time, right?" It was 9:12 a.m. The ceremony was at 1. No time. I turned to my bridesmaids, half horrified, half enraged. Tessa met my gaze. "She did it on purpose," she whispered. Karen gasped, clutching her chest. "Are you serious right now?" Tessa didn't waver. "No one bumped you. I saw you move the cup near the dress." "I was clearing space." Karen's voice cracked, indignant. "I try to make peace and this is what I get." "You tried to make a scene," I said, finally speaking. "And you got one," Karen's wounded eyes flashed. "I said I was sorry." "Why did you really come here?" I asked. "Why can't you let me have one moment that's mine?" Her jaw tightened. "That's ridiculous." I nodded to Tessa. Plan B, Tessa grinned, pulling a hidden garment bag from the closet. The room gasped as she revealed a second gown, modern, ivory satin, deep V-neck, subtle beading. Elegant. Mine. Karen's face went blank. "What's that?" she asked flatly. "My real wedding dress," I said calmly. "The other was sentimental, but this was my backup for unexpected issues." Tessa smirked. And surprise, something unexpected happened. Corinne looked ready to scream, but my bridesmaids swarmed to help me dress. My mom stood torn, shocked I had a backup. "You said it was Grandma's dress," she whispered. "It was," I said. "But after the shower I got cautious about what Corinne might do," Corinne scoffed. "I didn't ruin it on purpose." "You're paranoid?" I met her eyes. "Good thing I'm paranoid with proof." Her face paled. "What?" I glanced at the silk flower arrangement by the vanity, hiding a pinhole camera. "I had a camera installed," I said. "After the shower, the robe, the comments, I couldn't risk it." Corinne's voice shrank. "You spied on me?" "I protected myself," I replied. My mom gasped. Corinne stammered, "I want to see it. If you're accusing me, I deserve to see." "Oh, you will," I said. I hadn't watched the footage yet, but I knew what it would show, and I knew when to reveal it. Corinne looked around for allies, but no one moved. My bridesmaid Dana broke the silence. "You really played yourself, huh?" Corinne's mouth twisted. "It was an accident. You all just love hating me." "No," I said, stepping toward her, gown half-zipped. "We've just stopped pretending you're harmless." Her expression cracked. I turned to the mirror, smiling as my new dress was secured. The real show was yet to come. By the time I left the suite, radiant in my backup gown, no one would have guessed the chaos. My hair was perfect, lipstick fresh. I was a bride. But inside, I was electric. Corinne had tried to ruin my day, thinking she'd won. My father met me in the hallway, eyes misty. "You look beautiful," he whispered. "Like your mother on our day." I swallowed hard. He didn't know about the dress, the camera, or my plan for after the vows. I decided to let Corinne have her moment. Let her sit at the reception, smiling like the doting sister, toasting me with empty words. Then I'd let her crash. The ceremony was perfect, simple, heartfelt, surrounded by love. Josh gazed at me like I was everything. He sensed trouble but didn't know the full story. As we exchanged vows, I focused on him, on our future. Corinne sat in the front row, poised in her peach dress, face neutral. My mom kept glancing her way, nervous. Corinne didn't crack. She thought she was safe until the reception. The ballroom hummed with laughter, clinking glasses, and music. After the father-daughter dance, Josh squeezed my hand. "Ready?" I nodded. The DJ tapped the mic. "The bride has a few words." I walked to the stage, heels clicking, chandelier light bathing the crowd. Corinne sat near the front, sipping wine, a faint smirk on her lips. I smiled back, sharper. "Thank you all for being here," I began. "It's been eventful," light chuckles. "Weddings are complex, so are families, but I've learned to believe people when they show who they are." Corinne shifted. "Some of you don't know, but the gown I'm wearing wasn't my original. My grandmother's dress was ruined this morning in a supposed accident." Gasps rippled. Corinne stiffened. "After recent events, I installed a camera in the bridal suite, and since we're here celebrating truth, let's see what really happened." Tessa hit play. The screen lit up. 8:57 a.m., the bridal suite, empty except for Corinne. She glanced around, moved to the vanity, picked up her coffee, unscrewed the lid, and tipped it slowly over the dress, letting coffee drip across the bodice. She even nudged it with her foot to spread the stain, then jumped back as the door opened. Silence gripped the room. A lone Jesus Christ came from the back. Corinne froze, eyes darting. My father stood, face ashen. "I didn't," Corinne stammered. "It wasn't like that. You ruined our grandmother's gown," I said, voice cutting. "Not by accident, but because you couldn't stand me having this day." "She's lying," Corinne cried. "That video proves nothing." "It proves everything," I said. The room turned on her. No one was fooled. Corinne stood, wineglass shaking, trying to laugh it off. "You really think I'd do that?" No one answered. My father stepped forward. "Corinne, tell me that's not what it looked like." Her lip trembled, her act crumbling. "You think I'd sabotage her, destroy Mom's dress?" My mom, pale, said nothing. "I was trying to help," Corinne insisted. "I wanted to be part of this." "Let you what?" I asked. "Back in, you don't earn that by ruining what I love." Corinne blinked fast. "You never loved me like your friends or Josh. You kept me at a distance. Because you always carried a knife," I said softly. The crowd murmured. Corinne slipped, voice low. "I didn't think the camera would catch that much." Her eyes widened. She'd betrayed herself. My cousin gasped. "Oh my God," Corinne panicked. "That's not what I meant. You're twisting this." "You made yourself invisible," Tessa snapped. "By torching every bridge." Corinne's gaze met mine, fleetingly the sister who once braided my hair. "I just wanted one moment," she whispered. "You were my maid of honor until you started stabbing me in the back," I said. "You mattered. You chose to ruin that." She shook her head. You think I'm the villain, but I'm always second, the mistake. And now you're the footnote, I replied. Josh took my hand. Let's go, you've said enough. But I wasn't done. I faced the guests, friends, family, people who traveled to celebrate us. This wasn't the day you expected, I said, but I believe in truth. Today isn't perfect, but it's real. I nodded to the DJ. Let's dance. Applause broke out, tentative, then strong. Karen stood by the dessert table, pretending not to care, but her eyes followed me as I danced, laughed, lived. Eventually, she slipped out without a word, no cake, no goodbye. Later in the suite, Josh held me. You handled that like a queen. She thought she'd steal my day, I murmured. You outshone her without trying, he said. Do you think I went too far? No, he said. You gave her more grace than she deserved. She didn't break you. 3 weeks of silence followed, no apology, no contact. The video spread among family, a cousin's vague TikTok about wedding dress sabotage, hitting 300,000 views before being removed. Old friends, coworkers, even my college roommate reached out, shocked and impressed. I waited for grief over losing my sister, but it had already happened years ago. The wedding just sealed it. Then came a letter, handwritten, mailed to my new address under my married name. No return address, but Karen's sharp script was unmistakable. Josh hesitated, holding it. You sure you want to read it? I nodded. At our kitchen table, I opened it. Mia, I assume you hate me. That's fair, it began. No greeting, just my name like a wound. She wrote, I've watched the video 100 times. Everyone has. I've been called a narcissist, a sociopath. Maybe I am. I hurt you. I'm sorry. I waited for the but. It came. But you humiliated me. You could have talked to me privately. I laughed aloud. I'd tried for years, quiet talks, forgiveness, keeping peace while she sparked chaos. She never listened without an audience. The letter mixed sincerity and defensiveness. She mentioned therapy, examining her patterns, but didn't ask for reconciliation. The final line read, I hope someday you'll remember I'm your sister. She was bunk beds, shared towels, Christmas mornings, dumb TV shows, borrowed clothes, the time she punched a girl for calling me weird, the lies I told to cover for her. My sister, yet she betrayed me. I folded the letter, tucked it in a drawer, and didn't reply. Months later, at my cousin Lee's baby shower, I saw my mom. She blinked, surprised, her arms opening instinctively. I didn't know you were coming, she said softly. Lee invited me, I replied, a pause. I thought you needed space, she murmured. From Karen, I said. The rest of you chose sides, she winced. She's my daughter too. And I'm your daughter, I said. She ruined my gown, lied to you, and played victim when I called her out. I know, Mom said, eyes welling. She's not the same, lonely, bitter, blaming herself but not fully admitting it. She admitted it, I said. In a letter, but it was for her, not me. Mom's eyes widened. She wrote you? Yeah, to feel like she did something. Mom took my hand. I'm proud of you for standing up, for not letting her rewrite the story. Tears stung my eyes. I didn't want to lose her, I whispered. I know, she said. I lost her too. We sat in silence. Karen didn't show. No one asked why. Thank you for watching my story. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and press the bell icon. Stay tuned for more real-life stories. Get more experiences.